I pick up my phone, trying to call. 2 a.m. I'm trying to talk. Truly talk. 2 a.m. I pick up my phone, I'm trying to call. 2 a.m. I'm trying to talk. Truly talk. Talk for me, oh. Talk for me, oh. Yo, talk for me, oh. Give me life, give me chance. Hold my hands, hold me down now. Only be out. For you, for you, so good. As you join, please endeavor to keep sharing, because today we are going to speak truth to power. Today is the Wednesday of June 2018, and the sound which is not playing, you can check on YouTube. You can check Jiggy Jiggy on YouTube, Jigi. Jiggy Jiggy on YouTube. He's an upcoming artist. You can check him on YouTube. While we enjoy his music as we build our audience for today's live show. So please, thanks as you are joining. Please make sure you share. You share it on WhatsApp. You share it on Facebook. Share it across Ambazonia, both in the diaspora, and that we have as a duty to make sure that the revolution is in check. We have as a duty to ensure that we continue to prosecute our revolution according to the means that the Lord Almighty has given us. So, as you are joining, endeavor to share the video. As you join, you share. You join, you share. Share across the globe, WhatsApp, Facebook, especially on WhatsApp, to tell those who are on WhatsApp that their humble servant, Mark Bareta, is out. Humble and selfless servant, Mark Bareta, is out. This is Jiggy Jiggy. You can check him on YouTube. Jigi. Jiggy Jiggy. Jigi. It's an upcoming artist based in Boya. And thank all those who have joined this show. If you are joining this show, I can see Do Vitalis. I can see Epiliki. Stephanie Gande joining. I can see Humble King joining. I can see Alambi Muma. I can see Marcel Che. I can see Desmond Elliott. I love you too also. I can see Clarice Kade Amba. I can see Manu Kempta. I can see Relindis Levy. I can see my own classmate Ali KM Kai. I can see Ludwig Etu. I can see Peter Lionga. I can see Frix Misodi. I can see Gilbert Mbangsi. I can see Jadon Dilan. I can see Julienne Ebu. I can see Patience Roka, our Iron Lady. I can see Akung Suri Fidelis. I can see my humble and able brother Yufa Eugenes. I can see Doro Mega Senior. I can see Simon Benwing. I can see Ayok Simon. I can see Relindis Levy. I can see Julius Bangwi. I can see Elvis Tanyi. I can see Victory. I've just joined colleague Kate. Please, as you join, endeavor to share. Today we are going to have 1 hour 30 minutes show on various aspects that is affecting our revolution. So please, immediately as we clock 500 views, my own level is 500. 500 views is enough for me to begin the show so that I don't keep others waiting. Exactly as when we clock 500, I'm going to begin our live show. I can see Gabriel Ashu joining. I can see Sharon Kange. I can see Kelindis. I can see Metre Couve, my own brother. I see everyone. My brother, you find Eugene? Yes, I hear you. I will crack the Tory. I will crack the Tory as I always do. I can see Don Nelly. I can see Iya King. Okay, we are 500 views. I want to officially welcome all those who are joining us from Ground Zero. I want to welcome all of you who are watching across the globe. Those in the diaspora, I'm thinking of our diaspora brothers and sisters who are in La République du Cameroon. I'm thinking about those who are now in Ghana, those in Nigeria, those in South Africa, those in Belgium. A lot of you are in Belgium watching me now, and those in Germany, those in UK, those in Switzerland, those in Denmark, those in Finland, those who are watching from Thailand, from China, from Russia, from Ukraine, our able brothers in Canada, and those who are watching from the United States of America and the rest of Americas. I always forget those who are in Brazil. I know that we have some good number of Southern Cameroonians in Brazil. Because of the policies of the government of La République, for 56 years now, we have been scattered. We have been scattered across the globe. And we think that that is the only good thing that La République has done to us, to scatter Anglophones, in quotes, across the globe. And now the power of these Anglophones who are now Amazonians are coming home to roast. And we will not stop. We must keep roasting. We will roast until we have that food to eat. And we will roast until we have that food to eat. And that food that we have to eat is for us to see a restored Southern Cameroon statehood. So that in Boya, we can dance at the Independence Square. We can march from Independence Square, what is now known as Bongo Square, to the Albert Mukang Avenue, which is formerly known as Mile 17. We'll march and sing and dance, raise our flag and shout, hail, 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 hail the land of glory. So all of you who are joining Mark Bareta from Ground Zero, I'm looking at those now who are in Musonge, my brothers and sisters in Yoke, those in Ekona, those who are watching from Mautu, those who are watching from Kwakwa. That area has been devastated. And all those who are within Kumba, those who are watching from Boya Road, from Mato, from Kosala 1 and 2 and 3, from Fiango, Bamileke Street in Fiango, Mbo Street, and everywhere across Kumba, K-Town. You know that K-Town is my town. I love K-Town. And K-Town people are proud people. We are proud people because when we start a battle, we don't give up. We make sure we continue to the end. They say never try to play big sense with a K-Town boy. So all those evils, devils, incarnate, manipulators, who think that they can play over the big sense of Mark Bareta, who is born and bred from Cape Town. You are joking. You're joking because we born from Cape Town. We don't joke. We don't joke. We have many sense. All right. Those who are in Boya, I know there are many people in Moliko, those young boys and girls in Moliko, that everyone in Boya now is a star. Yes, all my stars in Moliko, all of you young boys and girls, you are all now celebrities. A big salute to all those who are watching from the Silicon Mountain, our big technology boys and girls who are doing a very good job for the country, Ambazonia. I know that there are many of my people, of my colleagues, who are now in Sase, those in Boassa, those in Bukwango, and a lot of my friends who are in Tole. You know, I lived in Tole for some time. I have some friends there in Tole. So all my friends in Tole, I send greetings, and people who are in Tico, my people in Victoria, I go now to Wum in the northern zone, those in the entire of Santa, able soldiers, foot soldiers, warriors in Belo, in Fundong, the entire Boyo, those who are coming up in Kambe, people in Kambe. I send special greetings to the people of Mbui, everywhere across, those who are in Oku, the entire Noni, and everywhere across Ambazonia. You are welcome. And for all those who are watching from La Republique, I hope that you will take this message and pass across to your family back home in Ambazonia that has been able to watch this show. So welcome to this live show. You are welcome. You can rest assured that your humble servant is doing very well. I am strong in spirit. I am strong in the mental, and I hope that today you are going to enjoy the show as usual. So once again, you are welcome. I forget to send greetings to the families of all those who have gone before us, marked with the sign of faith. For all those who have lost loved ones in this war, which is still ongoing. For all those of you that you have buried your loved ones without any family right. For all those who bundled their loved ones and just put under the ground without any coffin. For those that they see today and they see their loved ones with damaged faces, damaged buttocks, damaged legs. For all of you that you have sustained wounds in line with this revolution. And to all of you soldiers, Ambalanders who are now in the villages, in the forests, for all of you, I send special greetings. And we all know the sacrifices you are doing for the revolution. And we all know that we shall see our homeland, as our President Siku said, that this year is a year of homecoming and recognition. And we are into 6 months into this year. We are into the half of the year. And by the time we are in December, things must have changed drastically. But I want all of you who have been displaced from the comfort of your homes, that those of us that are out there, that we are lucky that at night we have a ceiling to cover us, that we are lucky that at night we have a bed to sleep, that we are lucky that at night we have blankets to cover ourselves. And we think, all of you, that when night falls, you are thinking, instead of hitting mosquitoes on your leg, you are thinking where to lay your head, that your sacrifice is more than what one can describe. And that those of us that we are out here, we have as a singular duty to ensure that your sacrifice don't go in vain. Don't go in vain. For all those families that are crying and are still crying, that I want you to have hope. To have hope in this, our God-given ordained revolution. Because despite the negatives, despite the sabotage, despite the manipulations, despite the talks, I want you to have hope that we are on the right track of our revolution, and we shall arrive, Boya, in record time, in the time that our Lord, the God of Isaac, Joseph, and Jacob, if I'm right, has destined for us to reach. And I'm so writing to all of those who are in Nigeria, all those who are in the various camps in Nigeria, more than 40,000 of you, that you have left your food crops in Manu, you have left your home, you are now in the no man's land, but for going to a year now, you are strong. You are strong. You are kicking. And we say that collectively, we must ensure that we see a free Amazonia, because it is our mantra. It is our focus. It is our focus to see that we reach Boya in one spirit. So all of you that you have been hurt in one way or the other because of this revolution, I send special greetings to you. I send special greetings to you this afternoon. And for the families that have lost loved ones in jail, some of you, you have your brothers, your sisters, you have your uncles, you have your fathers and husbands in jails. Those who are in Kondengi, in Yaoundé, and other jails in Yaoundé. There are hundreds of you who are in Boya, hundreds in New Bell, hundreds in Bamenda, in Kumba, in Manfe jails. All of you in jails. Now, I know that you will not be opportunity to watch me, but families, relatives watching me, again, as usual, extend our sincere greetings to all of them and tell them that the revolution is not stopping until we see them out there. So, once again, welcome to this live show. Thank you very much. I'll give you a brief rundown of what I will be focusing on this live show today. Today, a minute, please. Today we shall give a recap on the Bilingualism Commission, what is now known as the Musonge Commission. And then we shall move into the provocations of Samuel Eto'o, the Cameroonese player. We shall move into his provocations of Samuel Eto'o and government officials who are trying to provoke us by bringing in that one who has bleached all his life, Samuel Eto'o. And we shall also talk about the issue of mediation, and we shall also we'll end the day by giving some words, some very strong words about what is now known as the council heads across Europe and Americas. And that will be the rundown of this show. But now, before I begin this show, I would like to give two major announcements. The first announcement is that I, Mark Bareta, I can now officially confirm that the United Nations shall open 2 offices in Amazonia. It shall open 2 offices in Amazonia. One of the offices will be in Boya, and another one will be in Bamenda. After serious negotiations with the government of La République du Cameroon, finally, the government has accepted that the UN, through the office of UNDP, in charge of humanitarian affairs, shall open an office in Boya and also open an office in Bamenda. This is the first major announcement that the UN, for the first time, will open an office in Anglophone, or what we call Anglophone Cameroon, what we know as Amazonia. We know that all of these offices, at first, they were only in Yaoundé, in the capital, but the UN now will open an office in Bamenda, and will open another office in Boya. And there are some job applications going around. But we would like to remind UN officials that we know how this regime functions. That if they open an office in Boya and in Bamenda, we want to see only Amazonians working in that office. We know that they are going to infiltrate Cameroonese and bring them there in that office to be spying and giving information to La République, because that is what La République does. That's what they are good at. Because when you go to all offices, even in the Prime Minister office, there are spies there. All of them, they know it. That's why you see the Anglophones, all of them, from Tabetando, from Atangamponji, from this one in how do you call him in the presidency? Is it what's that his name? The one who built a very funny house in the village and the military burned it. What's the name again? The name has gone off. But you see, all these people like this, we say we join these people on some good terms, but they treat us as slaves. It's the way that for every Anglophone, let me use the word Anglophone now. For every Anglophone that they appoint, they send a spy there. Because they don't trust people. Tabetano knows. Philemon Young knows. Musonge knows. Adan Ponji knows. They know that all those secretary generals in their offices, like that, who are on their own Francophones, they are spies for the regime. They know these things, that you are working, even Nalova, who claims that she's now the minister of all of them. They know that they themselves, they are not working in a very free spirit. They're working in a very free spirit. So, they should be happy that this young generation is coming to free them from this kangaroo. Because they are there. They have spies. In Prime Minister's office, the Secretary General is even more powerful than the Prime Minister. You see, an Anglophone will be given a ministry to operate. A small chef d'etat there, inside there, has power than the so-called minister or so-called on the minister. So you see, they know these things. But because they sit there for their families, you see, they sit there because, no, tell me, which so-called Anglophone minister has helped his division? No. They sit there only for themselves, for their family, themselves, for their money, for their own interest. They know these things. They know these things. So we are saying that the United Nations, as they are about to open an office in Boya and Bamenda, they must make sure that offices employ only, in quotes, Anglophones. Yes. Employ only, in quotes, full bona fide Anglophones. We don't mean half. Full Anglophones. Full bona fide Anglophones. We don't mean half blood. Yes. Because they were going to bring, soon they'll bring these people who claim that they're bilingual. Bring them there. And when they come there with their corrupt ways of doing things, they'll mismanage the resources which the UN will put in meant for our people. So the United Nations should be very careful about that. So that's the first major announcement that I can confirm officially that the UN will open an office in Bamenda and in Boya. And in Boya, office that will deal with humanitarian aspect, because they are about to start. Number 2, confirmation is that we have received credible confirmation that the government of La République has bowed and they have now accepted Doctors Without Borders and International Red Cross to visit Ambazonia. And the government of La République, they have done what? They have accepted Doctors Without Borders and International Red Cross to visit Ambazonia. Now, I'm very skeptical about this move. This move is good for a revolution. But I'm calling on the Ambazonian Self-Defense Council and all other self-defense groups. Those of you that you have groups in Ground Zero, you know these generals in the various camps. They must be very vigilant. Because it is through this movement like Doctors Without Borders, International Red Cross, that the regime can use to penetrate, to understand the camps, the areas where our people are. Please be very careful. That is what the West use. That is what they use in these world areas. We know these things. International Red Cross. In fact, most NGOs, these are, you don't mind that you see them coming with their good white faces with their boxes. Most of them are CIA agents, FBIs, in very deep covert operations. We know these things. Thank God that series, movies, it has shown us. So it is, thank God for social media. So we have to be wise. We welcome them, yes. We accept the fact that we need Doctors Without Borders to offer help to our people, our refugees in the villages, because their homes have been destroyed. Yes, we accept that. Number 2, International Red Cross, we accept. But we are raising an alarm that these organizations, they will not go to the forest to offer help, to meet, without the support of La République. If La République has now said, okay, they can come, it means La République has now discovered a way to penetrate them. Yes, they are going to send the very, in fact, they won't say Francophone. They are going to send the very Anglophone who speak English to be amongst those doctors without borders, to be amongst the International Red Cross, so that these people, they will go and see if they are doctors, and then when they go to those forests, you see they'll be asking questions. Okay, what happened with you? You ran from the military. Which military? Is it those Amber Boys? Can you tell us what the Amber Boys are? Because we think that we also have help for them. Maybe some of them have gone wound to help them. Then our people in the forest, some of them might have idea where our camps are. Might just okay, they're like this. Or maybe some people amongst the refugees in the forest, our Amber people, they might easily, you see, so we be very careful, please, careful. All of you that you have people in those various camps, you know these self-defense boys, you call the Amber Boys. Please, we must tell them that in a camp, they should answer no question. You bring your food, I take my food. Don't ask me any question. Yes. You bring the food, I take the food. Don't ask me any question. Our people in the forest, they don't know anything about Amber Boys. No. There are civilians that they have escaped from the war in Amazonia, and now they are in the forest. So therefore, let us make sure we tell our people in the forest that any question, in fact, trust none. Don't trust even the doctors without borders. Don't trust them. Because La République Fédérale, if they come in, it means this regime, they have developed means for their own intel. Listen, we win wars on intels. We win a conflict with intel. La République, they need intel. You know, they have tried to break it us amongst us for intel. They tried. They succeeded with to take Ayok Julius Tabe. But we are now shattering the last spike of their black legs within us. Yes. That's why some of them they try hard to come against us. But we will destroy them. If they come by spiritual means, we will hit them. If they come by physical means, we will hit them. I've said when they come, they should dig two graves and keep. Because when you come, prepare that when you come, as I'm going down, you are going down. And I'm calling all of you, patriots of Amazonia, from every country, from Germany. In fact, I'm saying that all of you have crossed the globe. You are now patriots. You must make sure that you are patriots. You must make sure that before anyone wants to kill vision, you take the person out in a very clean and smart way. Yes, do it. I have said so. So every patriot across every globe, from South Africa to Nigeria to Germany to Belgium to USA, make sure that if there's any soul that thinks that they want to play smart to black leg, you make sure you take the person out immediately. Yes, I have said so. So, listen, these doctors without borders, doctors without borders and International Red Cross, it is good though, we don't refuse. After all, our opponents help. But we are saying that we must be very, 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 very vigilant. We must be very, very, very vigilant to ensure that those people, when they come, we must tell people, they answer no question. They don't know anything about Amber Boys. They are there in the forest because they ran away from the barbarism of the Republic. They ran away with those people when they were burning communities. La Republic need intel. They need intel to ambush our boys. They need intel to invade our camps. So please, the Amazonia Self-Defense Council, which is being run by which is being created by the IG and other self-defense groups, we have as a duty to immediately call the various generals. If you know any general, you call them that. They must send words to all of those forests, all of those people that if anybody comes to ask any question, no answer. What they need only their medications. They need only blankets. They need only makeshift. They need only those things which are given. If there is anyone who comes there and asking questions, that person is a spy. That person is doing what? Is gathering information for the regime. We know these things. Because the government of Paul Biya will not allow Red Cross and Doctors Without Borders to come in. without them trying to benefit. And they will not send Francophones whose English will be babbling. No. They will send our own very Anglophone brother who speaks pidgin very well. Whose name, you will see the name. The name is ours. They will send them to come there and to pretend as if they are giving you medication. Then you have to see, hey, well, I share. I have this medication here. They'll say, oh, I be here say some amber boy they become pass so they get wound, we shoot them, we define them, we want give them medicine for fix their wound. Now lie, that's if. Now big science, that's if. We must not allow that. So I hope this information is very clear. Because now so they will take them, get into small warriors, so they say, hey, they don't ambush come, hey, go, no. So we have as a duty to protect our restoration forces in their various camps across Amazonia. And may that visit end only for the refugee camp. Yes. Make Bapo not allow any doctors without border or Red Cross say don't go visit Ambas camp. No. Their movement end only for the side where we get displaced Amazonians. Now they end. And their job and for give our job and to take. That's all. No relationship. You know Ukwa be on song say agreement na disagreement no. Agreement yo. You jump picking for Musa na. Agreement is agreement yo. Agreement disagreement yo. That song you know about Ukwa? Yes. Ukwa sang it. It is the argument is that okay, we don't make noise. The argument, we don't find money. We don't find 15,000 US dollars. So the argument is when they bring me that medication them for help our people, and on our own part, we collect it and take. That's all. That's the argument. There is no argument. Say when I come, when I ask question, say okay, what will be your name? Why you? Who's you go? You know any Amber boy? No. Natif. I raise the alarm because I know what these Doctors Without Borders, International Red Cross, they are very good, but it can be, in fact, it will be infiltrated with people that will come not to help, but to spy and collect intel. So, the argument, like Ukwa talk, agreement, we don't agree. You offer, we take the end for day. Offer, you take end for day. So our boys who are also doing patrol across, they should be very careful. They should be very careful because these people that might be watching. You see? They will cancel the gauge. If they offer help, they'll be getting. Hey, who is doing what? So please, that is the second announcement, which is very important. Our boys, all of you that you know, I know that all of us, we know groups on Casero. Yes, we know it. We know some of those camps where they are. We know it. Yes. We know some of these people because they communicate with us. So as a duty, all of you now that are watching me, I now see 1.1 thousand watching me. You know these people. After this show, make sure you call them and tell them to send words, information flows, to send words across the various camps, across the various places where our people in the forest, especially in Bonge, men, send words that when they come, when this Red Cross, when they come to help, we only take and sit quiet. Hey, when they ask you, you say, I don't know me, I only run from my place, I come for forest. So that's all we must do. Please, we must be wise. We are saying that this generation is wiser. We are wiser. That is why this regime cannot play over us. We are wise. And it's because of this wisdom that the Lord has given Amazonians, we are going to use to fish out any traitors and manipulators amongst us who dump them to dustbin. And because of the wisdom that has given us, we must make sure that we protect our revolution to make sure we arrive Boya safely. Yes. And I tell you today that even if we will not arrive Boya as individuals or groups, but we will arrive Boya as a people. We will mourn, we will cry, we will bury our death. But we as a people, I, Mark Bareta, I may not be there with you. Others may not be there with you. But the people shall arrive Boya. And all of you patriots of Amazonians, you have as a duty to protect your revolution. Yes, a duty. I'm saying that all patriots of Amazonians across every globe, those who are in La Republic, those who are in Ground Zero, those who are also in the diaspora, you have a singular duty. Don't allow anyone to tell you you have a duty as a born Amazonian, first and foremost, to protect and defend the revolution. And you have that duty to take action, to take singular actions, to take actions that people don't even know. Listen, last time I spoke about unilateral actions. I'm saying that sometimes you take actions and you come there and you cry. It means you take an action and people say, hey, what has happened there? You come there and you see it, then you will be there, you cry even more than the person who has been affected. Yes, that's what we do. So I call it unilateral action. No, when you put number two, it's only a crowd. It's only a crowd. So you have as a duty as listen, from you doctors, nurses, teachers, professors, a priest. Yes, you know priest, even Catholic priest, You saw that pastor says the kingdom of God suffered violence and violence was taken by force. Yes, history will tell you that Christians fought to make sure there is Christianity. Tell me, where in the Bible have you seen the success of any people of God without them fighting? Where? The Lord knows that you have to fight. Because even the Lord himself fought. Yes, the Lord fought Lucifer in heaven and threw him on earth. And Lucifer fell in La Republic. Lucifer fell in La Republic. Why Angel Gabriel fell in Amazonia. That's why we are the angels. We're the angels. That's why we're the light. So every Amazonian is a patriot. If you are a patriot, you have as your own singular duty. You don't wait on Mark Bareta or anyone to tell you to act. No. You have to act single-handedly. When you act like this, you sit quietly, you sip your wine and water, and you hit your hand and say, yes, I've done it. Yes, you have done it. You have to act. Act in the name of the flag. Act in the name of the flag. Act in the name of Amazonia. And sit you quiet and observe. You only tap your palm wine. Nobody knows. By the time you tell person A your plan, you are already compromised. Yeah, because sometimes we deal a lot with trust issues. Trust issues. So I'm asking all of you, patriots of Amazonia, across the diaspora and Ground Zero, that you must not wait for directives. You must not wait for directives. You have to take your own singular. You know what you must do to protect your revolution. You know what you must do to make sure that the words of the interim government and any other group goes ahead. You know what you must do to make this homeland ungovernable. And you must do it. Don't wait on anyone to tell you what to do. If you are a nurse, you don't know what to do. If you are a nurse, you know what to do. If you are a nurse, Anglophone nurse, and you see a military man, Francophone, military, come to the hospital, that is under your care, you know what to do. You know what to do. If you are a doctor, you know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do. If you are a technology person, that you work with technology, and you work with that ministry, you know that you can use technology, you can use internet, and dismantle their system. You do it. You do it. You do it. And you pastor, you can pray. You can pray, but pastors and priests, you have a role. You can carry on covert operations. Yes. Priests and pastors, in your white cloak, let me tell you, the Lord will be happy with you. Now, the Lord will be angry with you for you pastors and priests for sitting quiet and seeing the massacre. Priests and pastors, listen, you saw it now. Have you watched this movie of the Pope? You saw it. In the days of Rome, you saw how priests and popes and pastors, they did things. They used their cassock. So I'm calling on you priests, pastors, use your cassock and do things. Use it as a smoke screen. You are doing it for Amazonia. You are doing it for your people. You are doing it for the flag. Yes. Don't tell me you are a pastor and priest. You have to pray for peace. What peace? What peace are you praying for? when we need justice. When you say peace, what is peace? There is no peace without justice. Your people need justice. And you have read that Bible. You know that in the days of Constantine, you know that Christians fought wars just to make sure that Christianity is not wiped out. You fought wars. Then what about us, bona fide Amazonians, people that we have the right to our statehood? What about us? That we willfully voted to join a certain people in another country that had their independence without us. What about us? What about us? If you Christians can fight and shed blood to protect Christianity, you know, even at some point in time, Christ wept, and Christ turned to God and said, "Oh Lord, take this cup away from me." Yes, even Christ wept because it was heavy. There was a time Christ said, "Oh Lord, can you take this cup away from me?" So pastors and priests, you have a duty, You have a duty. Put on that white cassock and do things for your people. You have seen it. You have seen it. You have seen how they are choosing your people in all the villages. Put on those collar, that white collar, and do things. People did it in Rome. They did it everywhere. Why are you staying quiet? Put those things and act. So any man get a role for play. Whether you be truck pusher, you be nurse, you be doctor, you be do you, you be olumba, you be Catholic, you be Presbyterian, or you be banker. You banker, you know what you can do. If you are a banker working somewhere, you know what you can do to take that money and go away. Send it to the interim government, or you plunge that money to groups on Ground Zero and get away. Not other nonsense. So any man get a role. Me, Mark Bareta, my role in the media. That's my role. God has given me the wisdom to understand these things, to preach out. That's my role. I'm doing my own unapologetically. I'm doing what? I'm doing it unapologetically. Unapologetically. Selflessly. And to those nigger bums who think that Mark is an activist for hire. What nonsense. What rubbish. Okay, now this takes me to the first part of our show. That was the announcement. Now going to the first part of our show, to what is now called Musonge. Now, this man who calls himself Musonge, who has been the prime minister. In fact, I'm ashamed because this Musonge man is a Soban. I am from Sase. He's from Sase. When I was in Form 4, is it Form 4? From 4 or from 3. I think he was the prime minister. He visited Sase. We took picture. I admire him as a Soban. But as a Soban, a bona fide Soban. A bona fide. You see, there are many Sobans in this fight who are fighting. Yes, many. Because we were not trained up to be silencers. We were trained up to be people that see that see justice. That's why you see in this revolution, you see many Subans there. Many Subans. From Balad to Akosong to Bob Gard to myself to many who are taking the front line seat. But someone like Musonge and his junior brother who calls himself Molua, these ones, they are bad games. They are bad seat of Subans. Very bad game. Now, Musonge, his so-called bilingual commission. Listen, sometimes I will not blame these people. Now we have received a long list of proposals sent to President Paul Biya as what came out from the so-called Bamenda meeting. Now, let me tell you the game. Only Mark Bareta can say these things. Let me tell you the underlying issue. This regime is toying. Listen, their interest only is elections. They are toying. They turn around because their only interest is election. Let me tell you why their interest is election. You see, among the so-called many points sent to Pobia, let me tell you, that point there about federation, now fake. La République, as of now, they are not even interested in federation. Now fake. As not fake. Don't be excited because I see some people are saying, they're not begging. Forget. Some people are saying, now you see, they're not begging for federation. A lie. A thief. I said that fake. They don't put that point there for federation, for try to mingle, to try to soften the heart. No, you see, okay, now we don't live effective. Now we talk about federation. That's fake. That's not fake. That document when you look at the French version, let me tell you, the French version of that document, some point of the way is not there for the English version. That's it. So you see, the very notion about bilingualism commission, the first document which came out was French. Now, what's happened? We don't ask who say English one day, anyone we don't find them. Now, French first come up. So you see the mentality. First, they said the first announcement of French news for Cameroon. You see? So, the very bilingualism itself is not bilingual. The very bilingualism commission itself is not bilingual. The very bilingualism commission itself is already been marginalized. Yes, it's already been marginalized. You know, they said the first document in French. They said it in the first. Why can't they send it first in English, in the English news? Why is that every document in this so-called country, it will come out first in French, if not 5 p.m. news, it will come out first in 8:30. If by mistake, they forgot to make the news in 5 p.m. news, because the next news which comes is 7:30, which is English news, they will say it there. They will skip it and break it at 8:30. Because what? French is the official language and authentic. We know these things. Those people in the community, they know it. Ambassadors, we know these things. We know it. When you go to the same Bareta Commission, what are you doing? When you go to Amazonia, go to our hospitals, now French. Example, Bamenda. Example, Victoria. Example, Kumba. Example, Tico, now French. Go to our banking system. Go to the banks in Boya, in Bamenda, everywhere. The paper, now French. Even the workers, now French. They parle with you, they parle la français. They parle la français with you. Now French. Okay, leave us so. Go to the Post and Telecommunication Office for Amazonia. Go there. Go to P&T office. You know P&T? All the French people. Go to P&T. Go to P&T. Go to P&T. Go to P&T in Boya. Now French. Go to P&T in Kumba. Now French. Go to P&T to go. Now French. That's not French. Okay. After that now, when you leave, where you go? Go down to SDO's office. Even our own Anglophone picking the way they appoint them SDOs. Go for their office. Now French. See, I'm talking about ambassador. Now French. Go to DIOs. Now French. Go to every police post. Now French. Go to every gendarmerie. Now French. Go to the governors. Now French. Now, when you go down to even our court, in our courts, our judges, now French. Mama me. We never so far. We never so far. Now so will be say one union. Now French. Everywhere now French. Now French. We never so far. Now so will be say we go join this union. Now so our president be agree. So how you go be say for inside the women French they be look it in. French of them they be look this union like maybe like Canada. When you talk about true bilingualism no me say I must talk French. No. Now it's the duty for every government official to be bilingual. So that when I speak in the language I master best, you must answer in my language. And when me say a true bilingualism, me say for inside Anglophone Cameroon, there's supposed to be nothing French, everything English. When you cross for there, you talk French. That is true bilingualism. That is true bilingualism. True bilingualism. Let me say, you can impose your French on us. Then you go now to La République. What do we have there? Nothing. Everything there is French. Then they come. No, we don't so far. We said no more. So Musonge, that are nonsense. We go show for Bamenda. They list name. They list even. They say road infrastructure. So they may say me back Bareta. They may say miso. They may say bro, they don't die plenty. They don't die plenty. They talk about road infrastructure. Abi, they talk about regional development. Talk about marginalization. Very foolish. Listen. Go to the east of Cameroon. Even in Cameroon, go to Komene. You know Komene. Go to Banapongo. They also are marginalized. They lack drinking water. The issue of roads, it is not common only to Amazonia. No! It is a common thing in the Biafran government. It is everywhere. The issue of drinking water is everywhere. The issue of no health service is everywhere. Bamulekes are also marginalized. Doualas are also marginalized. People of the Grand Nord marginalized. Go to Edea. Go to the Grand Nord and you see real marginalization. So they must separate this nonsense. The issue of the Anglophones is not about the issue of marginalization. No, it is not. It is not. Because when you talk about marginalization, even Francophones are being marginalized by Biaf's regime. They are. They too lack road. They too don't have good water and light system. They don't have it. There are some parts in Amazonia which is even better than parts in Francophone Cameroon. That's not our cry. Our issue is our identity. And it goes back to the root of the crisis, which is the foundation in which these two nations came together. So we must be able to separate these innuendos. So when Musonge goes and sit there and writes very long issue, marginalization, Anglophones living saying that they're not happy. No. Listen, we, Bareta, I have very good friends who are Francophones, and we operate very well. We have families that are married to Francophones. They operate very well. That nonsense of living together, what is that? And they come that, so they think that living together. And I saw Sierra TV, this fake TV. They interviewed someone in Gaundere, and that lady said, "This is a true Cameroonian." And the lady said, as a kid, I was walking. I saw a uniform, I think it was blue and white, good uniform. And I said, I love that uniform. My mother took me there to the school. And when we went there, we were surprised to know that it was an English school. Who told them that living together means that Yaoundé man eats Ufa'ero? Who told them that living together means that a Francophone gets married to an Anglophone? Say living together. Who told them that we have problems in living together? Is there a nation in this world without problems? There is. There is none. 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 So that issue of living together, they call it in France, vive and assemblée. I don't know if I'm right. Then the very hypocrites, the very dollar chiefs, they refuse Omniobe status to be hosted in dollar. They said Bassa. You see, these are hypocrites. They are talking about living together among themselves problems. The dollar chiefs, and they remove the status of Omniobe, someone who fought for their own independence. Meanwhile, just across Senegal and other countries, there are schools, there are buildings named after Omniobe, a hero, someone that's supposed to glorify. But you see, the so-called living together, the so-called dollar chiefs removed, and they were cursing that anyone who builds their status in dollar, they were cursing. And you talk about living together. What is living together? Who told them that we as Amazonians were not fine? Did we not welcome the Bamini case many years back? Are the Francophones not even as of now living now in our state? No, we are fine. That nonsense of living together is a political concept. So now, it is not a no about living together. It's a political concept to diffuse and fool us. So we say no. So Mr. Musonge, be very careful with those foolish things that you wrote down. And I give it to Pobia. This commission, it will end like others that ended in a drawer. The only difference is that we, the people of Amazonia, we have activated block by block. That's the only difference. This commission, it will end up. In fact, they are using Musonge. It's a tool. It's a political tool. You know, even what Honorable Jua schooled them in the hall. We needed to Bafundi, Honorable Juan and the rest. They schooled Musonge and they told him the truth. But we didn't see all those things. Now they wrote issue of wrote. They said wrote. Some issues raised. They speak about the history as being the discussion of a political history. They are trying to play you. Then, listen, now my people, see the game. Just the game. When I tell you that these people, they are not interested in solving the issues. They are not. Their only interest is elections. And we are saying that our only response to the Musonge Commission is to make sure that we continue doing our self-defense very hard. Very hard. We must make sure we have RPGs in all the 13 counties plus Bakassi. Because they are fools. They say the Bible says that the devil comes to steal. He comes to steal. So that Commission Musonge, they are coming to steal. They are coming to play over our emotions, thinking that they are for dialogue, thinking that they don't have to solve it. Lies. That thing like this, let me tell you, Jacques Fem Dongos, Laurent Esso, Belinda Mputu, all of them, they sat in their home, they're laughing, saying, look at Anglophone, look at who thinks that will give a federalism. Let me tell you, a typical Francophone does not like federation. Because they know what will happen with federation. They know. So that nonsense of opening discussion of federalism, now fake. I said that fake. They are trying to play on our intellect. You see those points. They listed so many issues raised. This one said this one this, wrote this. They said, let Pobia come and visit. So they think that the visit of Pobia to Northern Zone, it will stop issues. No. They still, you see this boy, they are playing over us. They still have not understood the crux of the issue. And the crux of the issue, the UN told them. It goes back to the root cause of this country. How both Cameroons came together. It is a matter of constitutional issue. It is a constitutional issue. And there is no social issue that will solve it. Whether today you tired all of Bamenda Road, whether today you give airport, you give Tigo Airport, it will not solve it. It will not solve it once the root issues are not being resolved. Because our system will still be infiltrated with Francophones who come with their foolish French in the name of bilingualism. What arrant nonsense. When countries like Rwanda, they are dishing away French. And Senegal is on the road putting away French. They in Cameroonese, they're happy. Sitting and talking that foolish parler français. Tout pourquoi? Nonsense French language. Now, this commission, now let me tell you the trick. What they did. The trick is that they now measure that we should bring now the corpse of Ahijo. It's an insult. You see, let me tell you. Now, they are not going to send this commission to Pobia. And now, the French media is now saying that Anglophones are asking for the return of the corpse of Ahijo. That is what the French media is now focusing. Hey, people, listen to me. Now, the French media is focusing on the aspect that Anglophones are asking for the return of the corpse of Ahijo. Do you know why? They are trying to show the aspect of living together. They are trying to show that truly these people are the minority who are fighting to support the state. They are trying to show that, hey, so Anglophones love Ahijo. They want Ahijo to come. And directly, the government is trying to please the Grand North. The government knows that the Grand North has Pobia and his clan, Bulu Betty. They know it. The government knows that the Grand North has an unfinished business. The Muslims, they know it. Even Isa Chiroma knows that he has an unfinished business with Pobia. And when they have their time, they're going to give Betty, the Bulu, Betty, and the rest, they're going to give them their own pound of flesh. They know it. So, the government is now hiding under the Anglophone crisis. You know, that, hey, you see, our people in Amazonia, they are now using that means so that if they use that, they're going to appease, because, let me tell you, those in the Grand North, they are still very angry. Very, very angry about the fact that Ahijo is still in Senegal. Don't mind them, Very angry. Most of them will forgive. Let me tell you, Muslim, when you don't vex, he must get a pound of flesh. That is what is with them. When you don't vex, he must get justice. Whether he forgive you today, a typical Muslim must get a pound of flesh. Must get a pound of flesh. Whether today say, I forgive you, but he must pay back. So the regime knows very well that people of the Grand North, they know that Grand North, they are still very angry to what Pobia did to Ahijo and what he did to the region, and the fact that the corpse of their own son, the person who brought independence with the first president of the country, is still out. So now they are trying to play over them. People, you see, they always try to use us. We are the first, we don't suffer. We don't suffer. They always try to use us, the Anglophones. Let me use Anglophones. We are the pounded back. You see, they always use us. They pound on us. They use us and they benefit. Now, they are talking about federation. I said, the one give federation say, tell me to where French man understand. So, now Francophone don't fold their arms. Where they don't glad say they can keep people for Menka. They don't glad say we'll be terrorists. So they want to enjoy also the benefits of a federal system. When now we will suffer. You see, history has shown that, listen, history has shown that we, from the time we joined them, it has shown that we are the only ones that will suffer and the benefit. Let me give you an example. You see, it was SDF that brought democracy to Cameroons. They killed 6 in Bamenda. Who are those who benefit? Cameroonese. How many political parties do we have in Amazonia? You can count them. How many do we have in La Republic? There are many. Many. And this. So they benefited from the issues of multi-partism. They benefited. It is not us. It's not us. They benefited. When our parents, our elder brothers went out in Yaoundé to protest and cry that they cannot be studying in French in Yaoundé, that they were going to read handouts in French, they will organize classes to translate documents. They said they need an English university in Cameroon. When Biya gave them university in Boya, they created many others in the name of decongesting the issue. When we said no, we needed GC board, we cried. They gave them back. When we cried and said no, we needed a medical department in the University of Boya. When they gave it, the first year in 2016, they flooded Francophones with it. We protested. They created more medical departments out of the normal area. When we say we need also higher teachers college, they gave in Kumba. They gave in Kumba same time, they multiplied in this thing. So, what they do is that whenever Anglophones cry, they cry, when we weep for things that we deserve normally, they give us one, then they multiply it times 10 to La Republic. That is the policy. Now, let me tell you what happened now. They claim that they have resolved the issue of lawyers and the teachers. Now, lawyers say common law. Now, they claim to have created common law bench in Enam. Who are those who are there? It will be the very them. They claim now that, okay, they will not give us common law. Then they now created a common law in other French universities. Do you know why? They created that common law in those French universities that their own sons and daughters will go to their universities and study common law and study our law. Now, in some years to come, who are those that will be promoted to now be our judges in those courts in Boya and Bamenda and Kumba? Who are those? It will be those who have studied common law in Yaoundé, in Douala, in Gaoundé, because they will be versed with common law. They will speak their English and they will take away our jobs. Our jobs. We, the people of Amazon and Anglophones, who will remain unemployed. That is a game. That's a game. So, you see, when we cry these things, they think very fast ahead of us. Very fast. They'll say, okay, let's give them common law. Then let's create also some in La République. You know, our people will be the ones to study. Once they study, they will look for those same people and appoint them. Now, which complaint will you give? You will go to the courts. Those Francophones who are there, they will speak English. They will know the common law to the tip of that. What can you give again? What can you give? They will tell you, but you can be saved. You can be saved. So, my people, that is the history. Native. Because we Anglophones, let me use Anglophones, we are the ones that we always suffer. When we suffer, the so-called Francophone brothers, they sit there quietly. They are enjoying quietly. Now they are happy. They are calling us terrorists. They say we are bad people. They say we don't like the country. All type of names, they're happy. But they are the ones who benefit most from the very, because look at the history of Cameroon. If there is any reform within anywhere, it is the Anglophones that have suffered, that has brought these reforms. And now we say enough. We now want our own state. Enough. Because there is no way we can have political power when we remain in the same union level. There is no way. That was not the idea. And the issue of the talk about reunification. Native. The right word is unification. Unification, not even unification. We're talking about reunification. We're talking about the various German Cameroon, which has now gone. So, my people, back to Musonge's commission. The issue about talking about bringing IUA cops. So the thing say, people live in Nigeria as refugees. People live in bush from Bonge area. They don't burn through the house. And you keep on inside. So the thing say, we cry. Oh, insult. Don't tell me that we'll be fools here. We'll be fools. So, Bangy man say, Negatoire. Negatoire. They don't see me like fools. But again, I don't tell me say that game is a game to please Grand North. Then the whole idea of living together, foolish living together. What is living together? Who told them that we have problems with Francophones? Per se. Who told them? Who told them that? So that idea of Musonge, you know, they don't send many issues to Bobia. Maybe Bia will pick one or two act on. But let me tell you, La République will never give you federalism. They will not give you. They will not. Because they have not come to terms to allow you, the people, manage yourself. They have not come to terms. They have not. The whole idea, the whole game behind is to stall everything and have their elections. So, the issue of bringing IUA cops, they wanted that if at all Bia brings it, it should be that it is the Anglophones that ask for it. That way, that it is going to please the Grand North. And that way, now in their 2018 election, that will hold only in La République. They're going to use that to fool people of Grand North to vote them. That you see, the living together is moving very well. We have bought the cops of IUA. Fake. And at the end of the day, history is just repeating itself. History is repeating itself because in 1993 and 94, our fathers, some of them are still alive now. Musonge, they were alive. All the people, they were alive there. Munzu, Ayangwe, and the rest. All of them. In 93 and 94, we sat in Boya and Bamenda. our parents came out with a blueprint. They call it the Boya and the Bamenda Declaration. All what Musonge wrote in that is communique, all those small points, all those things, they were there. They were there. They were there. So, why do you think that in 93, 94, when our parents complained, you refuse, it is not our accept? No. We as a people, our only option is to make sure that we increase our self-defense tactics times 10. In fact, it means that if there is any response we must give to this Musonge Commission, we must make sure that we increase self-defense times 10. That's the only thing that will hold us down. That's the only thing. Yes, because in 93, today I saw Boris Bertot publish. Francophone should be aware that everything mentioned in Musonge's commission, those very things were mentioned in 93, 94. We're not going back. Those very things mentioned in Musonge's proposals, many of them mentions there, it was mentioned in 1994 that we begged and we said, can we in all good faith go back to federation? Can we as a nation, can we go back to federation? Then you talk about bringing Ahijos Corps, the very man who destroyed the union, the founder who tricked us in Fumban with the help of France. Ahijo who tricked us in Fumban with the help of France. Ahijo who used Bamoun to trick us in Fumban with the help of France. Ahijo who destroyed federation. Who destroyed federation and brought about the fake President May. And then you think that we, people, we are asking that if you bring Ahijo Corps. What for? That one now problem for Cameroonese. If we not like, we not bring Ahijo Corps. We not like, we not bring them. Now we not problem. As for us, for me, my children, unborn and born, my family, Amazonian, we are looking at the restoration of the independence of the trust territory of British Southern Cameroons. That is our focus. So, Musonge, you recall that we, the children, 93 and 94, I was still a very small boy. Most of us were still in primary school, 93, 94. We're still small boys. But now we now know that our parents then, they cried. Our parents then, they wept. Our parents then, in Mount Mary, in Boyan, in Bamenda, our parents then, they came together. They begged you, government of the Republic, they begged you that, can we go back to federation? They listed series of problems. They listed roads. They listed malnutrition. They listed so many things. In good faith, they said, can we as brothers go back to federation so that we can solve the issue? No. They refused. They came out with a fake constitution. Fake. Like that. They think that they have suppressed us. But luckily, they say the God of Isaac, Jacob, and Abraham is alive. Luckily, the children of those you suppressed in 1994, they have risen and they have said, enough is enough. They must make sure they restore the statehood of the former British Church territory of Southern Cameroon. So help us God. We will do it. We will do it. So that nonsense of Musonge, that nonsense, you were schooled by Honorable Joa, you were schooled. Musonge, that nonsense stays. You, Musonge, you know that Bia is just laughing at you. Laughing. The Femme Dongos, that Jock Moppa, how do you call this other one? Wait, more big so. Tilapia Chiroma. Yes, that one. The other one, Lorenzo, that short one where you look like devil. Then Belinga Butu, all of them, they are smiling, laughing. Says, see the Musonge, see the one. You waste your time. They laughed at you, and you know it. All of them, they know it. They laughed at you. So please, allow us to fight for our restoration, because that is the only hope for Amazonia, to have a restored state of Southern Cameroons. That is called Amazonia. That's the only thing. So that issue of Musonge is dead on the river. It's dead. And who told them that we, the diaspora, we want dual nationality? Who told them? Who told them that we want the nationality? They mentioned dual. Who told them that? We are interested in that dual. Who told them that? We as Amazonians, by the time we reach Boya, we will make laws to accompany some of us that are out here. Who told them we want Cameroon nationality? Who told them that? Who told them? Yes, we are using your passport now as a matter of convenience. We have no choice. I want the right. We use it. We use it. We use your passport. We use your money now. Now. Because we have no choice. And we use it to reclaim our state, to hurt you, to reclaim our statehood. So please, Amazonians, just when you see the Musonge Commission, listen, take it, twist and throw it, because now as you throw it, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. Because the government will not give you federation. They will not. We know it. They will not. They will not. They will not even offer general amnesty. They will not. All those things is to make sure that they have their elections in 2018. That's foolish. They will say, no way. No way. I will say, there will be elections in Amazonia over our dead bodies. Over our dead bodies. And we have told this one who comes himself, Joshua Osi, and Akere, that they should campaign and end them in La Republic. They are free. As the citizens of La Republic, they can go for the election. And there, don't come and provoke us in Amazonia. Musonge Commission, it is death on arrival. Death. All those points there, we said it in 1994. Nothing happened. It will not happen in 2018. We are going and we are gone. Musonge Commission, death on arrival. Now, next point to this one who calls himself Samuel Etofis. This is Samuel Etofis, someone that we as Ifake, today I hate the team called Barcelona just because of Eto'o. I hate Barcelona because of Eto'o, because of the way Barcelona treated Samuel Eto'o. You know Barcelona, when Eto'o played, when they brought, they transferred Eto'o to Italy to play under one team there. And on top of Eto'o's head, they added Ibrahimovic. It was an insult. By then, I was a proud Cameroonian. I was an insult. I was very happy that how can Barcelona treat Samuel Eto'o in this way? How can they? This way. I was also very happy when I saw Samuel Eto'o came to Chelsea. I was a Chelsea fan. Wherever Eto'o went, I was there. And there are many of us here, many people who died in Amazonia, many people of you that you loved Eto'o. But Eto'o, Samuel Eto'o, has not given back to us what we gave him. Eto'o must not be a politician. Eto'o has given help to other countries. Eto'o has issued statements. But since this crisis began, Eto'o has not even for the sake of humanity offered words to our people in Amazonia to even say as a people of one nation, as a people of Africa, in the sake of humanity, I'm calling for even pretend Eto'o. Eto'o should not even pretend it. We have thousands of our people in Nigeria. Eto'o has not offered even a word of condolences, even to visit and say, for the sake of humanity, for the sake of Africa, for the sake of football, which preaches peace, I'm going to visit those in Nigeria to give them help, to give them hope, to talk to them. Eto'o has not. It does not. But we, Amazonian people, we rose up as one man. When Boko Haram started attacking Cameroon, we rose up as one man. We organized fundraising. We donated money. Northern Zone was a major area that donated money across Cameroon. We changed I'm Bareta. I changed my profile picture. When Eseka happened, here in Belgium, I organized a wake-keeping service for Eseka victims. For those killed in Boko Haram, I organized a wake-keeping service here. I organized it in Europe. I organized it. I'm confident. Let us pray for Eseka. What have we not given to the Republic? What are we not giving? We love that country. We loved it. We loved it. But they have given us back with hatred to show us that we are not part and parcel of them. That they can't even condemn. A touch that we say, okay, I condemn killings on both sides. Yes, to be free. Just say, Eto'o, I condemn killings on both sides. All lives are important. At least we understand. We understand. But Eto'o, who claims to be a number one person in Cameroon, someone that has a very huge, even Boya, they had a Eto'o fan club. Someone who has a very huge support among the youth in Amazonia. Eto'o has failed the city. And now we hear that Samuel Eto'o is being used by the government through the Ministry of Education, through Bamba Nalova, to go to Southern Zone, to visit schools and preach back to school. Oh, God. Where? Chat, master. The insult is much. It is provocation for Samuel Eto'o, who has never in his life shown any sympathy with our people, to go to Amazonia, to go and talk with school children and preach peace. What peace? What peace? He's going to preach back to school. What insult? What provocation? So, those in Nigeria who ran there many months ago, they don't need peace. Eh? They don't love to be home. They don't love to be in school. Those thousands who are now in the bushes, they too don't love to go to school. Eh? Abi? They don't love to go to school. They don't also love peace. Abi? Eh? Those whose homes have been burnt. Why will Eto'o allow himself to be used by the regime? What for? What for? What for? That the first time he wants to make a move, the first time, at least, had it been that in the past, Eto'o has issued statements to sympathize with us. We understand that, okay, the boy has been issuing statements, has condemned things on both sides, he has been issuing statements. We understand, okay, now he's going. At least, we understand. But the first move of this one who has bleached himself because of inferiority mentality, he wants to go. Eto'o is banned. Eto'o is banned. He is banned to visit Amazonia. Samuel Eto'o, I don't know if you have friends who watch me. Not that we have been a very favorite supporter of you. And we are angry that you have not issued any statement. You claim to be a footballer, you come from a country. And then you are going to that very country, that very part that they are hurt. The very part that just last week ago, the massacred youth. The very youth that who used to shout, Samuel Eto'o, 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 Eto'o. Foolish! 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 What insult! What provocation! It is an insult! It is a 21st century daylight provocation. And you see, they will take him to Boya, to those very secure schools, to Bamenda, very secure schools. They will bring crowd there. That will sing, Eto'o, Eto'o, Eto'o. The very young people who don't even know. The very young kids. You see, that's how they use us when we're small. Yes. They will take it there, you see, he will touch them. I'm not sure he can even speak in English. I'm not sure. He will touch them. And then, Propaganda CRO TV will take it over their TV. They'll say, hey, you see, living together is going well. You see, Eto'o has gone to preach peace, not what nonsense. Again, they are still using that to keep their base in check because they need everything weekly. You see, weekly, they need things which keeps the Francophone in check. When the Francophone see Eto'o in Boya, say, you see, that's good. You see, the people want him. You see, the people are the one in United Cameroon. You see, they're just a handful of people. So, they will take him to Boya, to those a few schools. They will take him to Victoria and Bamenda, those few areas. Eto'o, you go to Bangam. Eto'o, go to Bangam. Eto'o, go to Meme. Eto'o, go to Bello. Go to Fundong. If you have heart. Go to those areas where it's hot. Go to Libya and say their nonsense. And you see that those RPG that we got, you see how you appear in the air and take you off. No, what other nonsense? What stupidity? What need to bomb? In Guana Mondos, Bantestawa. Foolish, nonsensical nonsense. Samuel Eto'o, you are hypocrite. You are hypocrite. Just stay where. You see, the Amazonians are very angry. They are very angry. Just tell Mr. Pobia or Bamba Nalova that for the sake of your own security and for those little innocent kids that will come to see you, it's not safe. Etofis, don't provoke us. Don't provoke us. Stay you, be eating your money that you've had. Enjoy your post-football life. All of you are the same. From Roger Miller, that will look upon, to Mboma. Is it Mboma to Robert Song? This is Robert Song that when you are sick, oh, mommy, we don't suffer here. We don't suffer. Child, God. Now, which really happened with us? This is song Robert. When you were sick, I saw how the Anglophone community rose up in prayers. I, Mark Bareta, we even changed our prayer picture. Say we prayed for a song that no, we don't want song to paralyze. Song should not die. We showed love. Boko Haram, we showed love. And this lady who gave to birth in Dollar, that when she put to birth and they had to operate her, the Anglophone community rose up as one man. Always, our history has always shown us that as a people, as Amazonians, or call it Anglophones, we are a gentle people. We are people that we are not sent because we have the heart. We have the heart. We have the heart. And that is why the regime knows about our heart and they have been trampling on us. But we say it ended in 2016. No more. No more. And if it means that we will prosecute the revolution till we will do it. We will not, in fact, we will not, you know very well that it becomes very difficult to take away weapons from people. I have warned you, and I have said, make sure you call a negotiation very fast. Because already we have warlords developing. And it becomes very dangerous when we have warlords. It will take away guns away. It will be very difficult. So the Republic should not waste his time. So Samuel Eto'o should just back off. Don't provoke us. We don't care. We don't care if it's about us. No problem. It's your choice. We don't care. It's your choice. Stay away. But it's a direct insult that you want to go to our schools to make to brainwash and tell about peace. What is peace? What is peace? What is peace? And to preach about back to school. So you think that those in the bush and those in Nigeria can also go back to school? Our people should knock out a tour visit. Should make sure that visit must not take place in Amazonia. It is banned. It's banned. A tour is a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. Someone that we have all our lives as kids and young adults, we have supported, we have wept, we have cried. In Barca, we followed him. In Chelsea, we followed him. In Everton, we followed him. Even in Italy there, we followed him. We rejoice with him. And he cannot even issue a common statement. A common statement, though, to sympathize with us. Cameroonese, always the same. Cameroonese, manipulators. Cameroonese, corrupt people. Cameroonese, they're always there to manipulate us and the phones. That's our role. Because they look at us as non-entities. They look at us as people without any hope. Yes? They look at us as slaves. Today we are slaves. That's why they are very angry. They are very angry that the slaves they have risen. They're very angry. They look at us as slaves. People that they have no right in their own land. Their own land. That's why they are very angry. They are asking, lo ambozuzu. They say, lo ambozuzu. They even call us Biafrans. They call us Nigerians. And they say, lo bamandala. Yes. What names that I don't know call us? What names? What names? What names? What names? So, Samuel Eto'o, be very, 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 very careful. Be very, 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 very careful. That issue of that you come and visit, we the people will reject it because it is a modern day provocation. Stay you in the Republic, collect your money and do your issue. We not get we problem. But don't come to our land. Don't come to our land. Don't come to our land. Leave our kids alone. Stay away. Hypocrite Samuel Eto'o. Bleaching Samuel Eto'o. They don't bleach, kill us. They bleach. They want to be like white man. You know, we like your small black color. Bleach. You can talk nonsense for inside Amazonia. Rubbish. Now, this takes me to the next point of my agenda about the country head. I will just give the benefit of doubt to those country heads to wait and see their recommendation from the meeting that they had. We learned that they had a meeting in Bologna, Italy. I will not say more on that. I want to see their so-called resolutions. But we know the game that they are playing because some of them, behind the scene, they are saying things. They are doing things. But they should be aware that there is no country head without the people. The people are more powerful than any country head. There's any country head that don't want to stand with the interim government, better go back to your community, call your General Assembly and say, I cannot stand again with the interim government, you go. And let the community put in place new country heads. I will not speak more on this country head issue. But let them know that my eyes are on them. What some of them say things in front, probably, but they go behind the scene and do things different. But we are watching. We are watching. We are watching them. If they want to be scoped, they should tell us. But we will not allow this revolution to be scooped because we are putting an end to any scoop or people who are trying to scoop us. Fellow Amazonians, I think that has brought me to the end of what I wanted to say. And this now I will receive questions. During the last minutes, I'm going to receive questions. If there are any questions you want to ask, please do ask. Now I'm reading now your comments. Ask your questions and I'm going to answer. I think I've said all what I wanted to say. So all I wanted to say, and I hope the message has gone through. And I hope that we as a people will continue to stay united, we continue to stay focused, and we do not allow anyone to derail our focus. I am Mark Bareta. I will not allow anyone to derail me because I know that derailment, I know that distraction is part of the larger game of La Republique. You know, La Republique pays people. It pays agents to distract us, to derail us from the prize. And sometimes, as human beings, we also fall in line with that. We fall and we are distracted. But we must be able to immediately rise up from any such distraction, from any such derailment, because we have as a duty to protect our statehood. But I have one last message that I want to pass through. This goes to our self-defense forces. And I want to please call on the indulgence of all those who have groups on ground zero, that there are a lot of boys who are now infiltrating our forces and committing horror in the villages and communities. Some of them are going around stealing, asking for ransom, taking money from people that are not supposed to take. Please, our self-defense forces in all the various areas, they must make sure that they put an end to this. I know that there are just some hoodlums who are going around claiming to be Amber boys or Amber girls. Please, our self-defense commanders must make sure we cannot afford to alienate. We cannot afford to push away the very community that we are bound to protect. We cannot afford for our people to see La République and run away. And when they see Amber boys, they run away. Please, this is a very important message. That all of you that you are watching today, if you are an Amber boy or you are someone going around faking for Amber boys, your turn will come. They'll get you. If they get you, there is no peace. If they get you, you will be sent 6 feet almost immediately. So please, our commanders on ground zero, please talk to your unit. And if there is any one of your units who is doing that, please make sure you arrest that situation. Because we have as duty, first and foremost, to protect our community. We cannot harass our community. It is forbidden. It is forbidden. So I'm calling a very glaring call to all our generals on ground zero. All of you generals in all the camps and community, please know that there are people who are going about in your name, faking in your name, harassing the people, trying to collect money. Our Amber boys don't do that. Please, they don't do that. Some even call people, try to ask for credit, harass them. Please, no. Those things are not welcome. We should behave like other Amber boys that when they do search on the road, when they do search on the road, when they check the ID card, they ask you, do you have anything to give them, to help them? It is free will. Let us endeavor to ask free will. We know that you need things to live, but please make it a free will. Don't make it a coercion. Don't coerce our people, because our people love Amber boys. They love our forces. We know that there are few stubborn ones who are trying to tarnish the image of our Amber boys, especially those which are run under the Anglophone regime. But we are, like we said, we continue to put in place strategies, to put in place to arrest those guys who are doing that, those guys who go to people's homes, knock at doors, ask for monies, ask for ransom, threaten. No. This revolution condemns that greatly. We condemn that fiercely. That is not what the revolution is all about. And we say it is not what the self-defense force is all about. The self-defense force, the only enemy is Cameroonese and La République officials. The enemies are not our people, are not us. We cannot afford to alienate our community. So please, this message goes to every general on ground zero to make sure that they check their unit, because we know that sometimes there are some bad seeds amongst us, and there are a lot of people who are trying to infiltrate. So we must protect our revolution and protect the image, the integrity of our Amber boys. So now we must say these things pure and clear, because we are working towards restoration. We are working towards to see a prosperous, an Amazonia which is lawful, an Amazonia which respects authority, an Amazonia which the soldiers respect the citizens, an Amazonia in which the soldiers and military do not prey on the peaceful and innocent citizens. That is the Amazonia we want to see. And therefore, even as we pursue this restoration, we as soldiers, we as people, we must begin to implement these virtues, because we have suffered in the hands of La République, and we will not tolerate, we will not accept that, we will not accept our people to suffer under the hands of guys, of Amber boys, or people who want to prey on our revolution. No, we are saying that all our generals should immediately, without any pity, if you catch anyone doing that, please almost immediately set up in 6 feet. Do not spare, because when one could spoil, the rest will spoil. If our generals, if you get anyone doing that, do not even arrest. Set a person 6 feet almost immediately, because that person is not fit to be an Amber boy. It's not fit to be a self-defense force. We are there to embrace our community, to show them love, to protect our women, to protect our fathers, to protect our community, and make sure we pursue La République out of Amazonia. So this is a glaring call that I'm calling, and I'm asking every activist, everyone who knows our self-defense forces, to tell them that this notion has been coming up over and over. We cannot afford to alienate the very community that we are bound to protect. Please, that's not the reason why we started this revolution. And we will not tolerate that. We will not tolerate that. We will not. Like I said, we have already put in place a scout of people to investigate. If they get you doing that, you will be sent 6 feet almost immediately. There is no pity. There is no say you repent. No, there is no repentance. They get you, you are sent 6 feet almost immediately, like how those in Batibo and Bello. You see, Batibo and Bello is very good now because some boys in Batibo and Bello, they were trying to behave like that. The real guys in Batibo, they got them and they sent them 6 feet almost immediately. They don't keep them. And now Batibo and Bello is clean. Now we are hearing about issue about in Meme, especially in Meme areas. Meme, a lot of is going on in Meme. Meme, we are saying that those doing that, stop. Stop, because when they get you, the next meeting is 6 feet. There is no spare. Please, generals watching me, put your boys to order. Thank you very much for joining this show. If there are any questions, please, you ask, let me answer. If there are any questions, you ask, let me answer. If there are any questions to ask, let me answer. If there are no questions, then I'm going to end this live show and give you time to take care of other activities. It is exactly 7 p.m. Amber time, 8 p.m. Brussels time, and it is exactly 2 hours when this live show began. Thank you very much for joining this show. I thank you, all of you, for listening to what I've said. And let us go home in peace, and let us make sure that we implement these actions on ground zero. And let us make sure that we defend our revolution to free it from the hands of any manipulator or manipulators, from any traitors, from blacklegging, from those who are pretending behind and come in front and say sweet things. Beware of the power of the tongue. The tongue might be sweet, but the heart is bitter. The tongue might be sweet, but the heart is bitter. Please protect and defend your revolution. That's what I've said. Patriots must rise up from across every counties back home and in the diaspora. Rise up, patriots, and make sure you take your own individual actions to protect your revolution. Do not wait for Mark Bareta or any other person to give you instructions. You, as an Amazonian, you have that singular right, that God-given birthright to protect your revolution and make sure you see it to its end so that we arrive in Boya as one person, one in peace. Thank you very much, those in Ground Zero watching. Thank you very much, those in the diaspora. This now brings me to the end of the show. I can see if there are any questions to ask. There are no questions to ask. So, therefore, I'm going to take my leave. But before I go, I want to tell all of you, ladies and gentlemen, all of you, my partners in Bareta News platform, I want to tell you that I love you and may God bless you. Bye-bye.